Hola! Oh my god, my hair looks massive, isn't? I've got an Elvis Presley quiff. How are you doing, everybody? How are you doing? I'll hang on fire until a couple of you join. I've had a busy morning this morning, just on the phone and stuff, so I haven't set myself up into a place to sit. So this Monday will be a little bit of a winging it one. Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing in these just every day? So we went live, didn't we, on Friday with Foodie Friday, and then we did our specialist Saturday with Sarah. Did you see that? Did anybody see that? She was so good. She's so good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then I've kind of thrown myself in at the deep end. Hang on a minute, I'll sit down. Thrown myself in at the deep end, trying to put stuff on that there YouTube and all sorts of... Hang on, let's put this down there. Shit's got real as well today. So look, boots are on. I'm going to be doing a bit this afternoon. Yes, where were we? So we did the specialist Saturday, and already on Friday and Saturday it was kind of, God, the world's gone a bit mad, hasn't it? And then this weekend and today, and it's just, yeah. Yes, so part of me has thought, what the bloody hell are you doing? Doing these lunchtime lives. You know, everybody's got their own stuff to be doing, but actually it's really keeping me focused, and I can't go out and do work and can't do stuff out in the big wide world like the rest of you. So it's really, really keeping me focused, and I'm going to carry on doing them. So what I thought today, Saturday was a long one. I've started collecting all your questions and topics and suggestions of what we can talk about. Some days they're going to be quite sort of wide ranging, a bit like with Sarah on Saturday, when obviously that was quite a wide ranging hour where we talked about lots of different things. And then some days we'll pick something like, I don't know, how to fill skirting boards and how to fill holes in walls, and keep it quite tight and keep the topic quite tight and do quite an in-depth. So some things are going to appeal to some people more than others, but that's okay. I think we don't have to do something every single day that appeals to everybody. I really appreciate you being here. I'm on my own as Hubby in France lockdown. Oh gosh. And increasingly, I'll tell you what I've done, just before we sort of talk about the schedule of things that I'm going to cover. I'll just talk to you a little bit about what I've done this morning. So, as most of you know, me and Mr. Moregeous are landlords, and I bought my first buy-to-let property with 100%, in fact 110% mortgage back in 2001, back in the days when you didn't actually have to have any money to start, which I didn't have any money then. I haven't got much money now, but anyway. So I've started with rentals, and I went, we had a flat, I had, before I met Mr. Moregeous, actually, a 3-bedroom flat, and then sold that, bought another one, and did that a couple of times. And then in 2004 we took a bit of a dive, really headlong, into being landlords, and bought a Victorian property which had been split into flats. It was awful. Oh my God, it was awful. It was grotty. It had been converted in the 1970s, and very slowly over a period of time, because I didn't want to borrow the money. I didn't want to borrow any more money, should I say, to do it up. So very slowly, as tenants moved out, we did up each one. And now we have, the following year, or about 5 years later, we bought the one next door, which was from the same landlord, really bad condition, so we got it at quite a good price. And again, it was that back then when people were saying, oh, why are you buying there? It's the wrong side of Burton Road, and it's this and it's that. So we took a bit of a punt. Anyway, where we are now is we have 3 buildings split into a number of different flats, all quite small, studios and 1-beds. And we work really hard to maintain those. And this morning what I've been doing is setting up a WhatsApp group for all our tenants. So I've set up a WhatsApp group. We've got all our tenants on there. I didn't really know how it would go down, but a lot of them, they all live on their own. So they're all single people. Quite a few have got somebody working for GMP and the police, 3 people working for the NHS. and other people who are working for accountants, etc. But basically, most of our tenants now are on lockdown. They're working from home, and they're living on their own, and they're far away from family. And all of a sudden, like many of you, I guess, they can't get out. And they can't go and see friends, and they can't see family. And that's a really solitary, lonely existence. And literally, it's gone from everybody having normal lives to this craziness, hasn't it? Really, really quickly. So I got in touch with all our tenants, because obviously some of them are really worried about money. Some of them are self-employed. We've got a tenant that works in the TV industry. Just to say, kind of, it's that phrase, isn't it? And it sounds a bit naff, but we're all in it together. And all of a sudden, the shit has hit the fan. And it's at times like these that we've all kind of got to look out for each other. So I'm going to probably do some stuff actually from the flats, because I think there's probably quite a lot of you out there who are just feeling a bit lonely and a bit isolated, and you can't get out and you can't live your normal life, and that's really weird. And Mr. Moregeous and I do live in a beautiful home. We've spent 5 years doing it up, and we're really lucky. We have a garden outside, we have a terrace, we can sit in the sun. We can get on with doing DIY, and there will be some people inevitably, I think, as I put this stuff on YouTube, that join in and go, "It's all right for you, got a nice house, you've got a garden." And yes, we have, and I can't kind of apologise for that, can I? I can't make it not be the case. But what I can do is try and share some of the stuff that we do here, and share some positive things, doing some nice stuff, whether it's in the garden or whether it's inside, and share some of the challenges that we're facing, and maybe they'll resonate with you guys and our gang that we've got here, and you'll learn something from it, or you'll join in and you'll feel a bit more positive after. So that's the plan. And that's what I've been doing this morning. So I haven't had a chance to properly write down. Normally on a Monday, I'll show you what we're going to do. And by the way, obviously at the minute I've run out of some printer ink, haven't I? So I'm going to show you the list of what we're going to do each day. But bear in mind that it's not a very good printout, and I'm going to have to order that online, obviously, as everyone else is. So let's just put this here. And let's have a little look. In fact, this is not very glamorous, is it? Let's prop it up against a tub of moisturiser. So basically, this is what we're going to focus on during the coming weeks. And actually, I'll turn this around again. I've written a blog on Moregeous for years and years, and I've dipped in and out, and sometimes I've really focused on it and been quite good as a blogger, and other times I've been bloody awful. But actually, for me personally, maybe this is going to be quite positive in that I'll focus on the blog and I'll stick to it, and I'll do the stuff that I've always wanted to do. So, maybe there's a positive for me out of that. So this is what we're gonna focus on. They're all going to be on Instagram, so they're all going to be on the lives each day at 1:00. But then what I'm also going to do is, if there are certain topics which need elaborating on, or we do really good video maybe, then I'm also going to upload it onto YouTube, and I'm also going to put it on the blog as well, so I'll elaborate. So say with Sarah's, on Saturday, when we do Saturday Specialists, if there's a really good one and there's loads of tips on there, I'll extract them and write a bit of a blog post, so it's easier for people to follow, especially if they're how-tos. So let's have a talk through, let's have a work through what we're actually going to do. You can see it here, so I'll actually turn it back rather than you staring at the screen. So Monday motivation, Tuesday Transform Tuesdays, Wednesday Wales, Thursday treasures, Foodie Friday, which some of you might have seen my attempt at my very first recipe cooking thing online, and bonus Saturday Specialists. So what are they going to be? Well, I would really love you to start sending me in, and I'll some of you have done already, thank you so much for that, and I've saved them, I've started writing them down to do some topics, and I'm really going to try and answer all your questions. It's difficult, and sometimes when you put them on DMs, that's harder, so or in the personal messaging, because there's quite a few, and then you lose them when you scroll down. But if I start putting up some of the questions on Instagram, I'll take some of your questions, and we'll definitely focus some of these days on those questions. I'm particularly thinking that probably on a Monday, when you've sent in lots, Monday motivation, we'll maybe focus on 5 questions in that half hour on a Monday, obviously not today, but next week, where we take specific questions and then and answer them and show you examples of them, how we've done it here. So I thought that would be a good thing to do for Monday motivation. Specific questions that people have sent in, that you gang have sent in, and the answers to those and how we've done it and maybe mistakes to avoid. So that'll be Monday. Tuesday then, Transform Tuesdays. What I thought we'd do on a Tuesday is find something that we've done here at Moregeous Mansions, Moregeous HQ, and focus on that. So it'll be a project, whatever it is. Could be something in the garden, could be something really quite practical, could be something a bit more decorative, but a specific thing on something we've transformed, and then an associated blog post on that. So again, if you've seen something on the grid here and you think it would make for a good transformation piece, we'll do that. Depending on how long all this stuff goes on for, we might have to look outside Moregeous Mansions for some transformations, but let's see. Wednesday Wows, what we're going to do is focus more on decorative stuff. So wallpaper, paint, the wow decorative things. And I may even on a Wednesday, if I've seen something at one of your lot's houses that's really wow, or if we have maybe an expert like, I don't know, Casa Ceramica, where it's a showroom or a shop and it's really amazing and we want to talk about products, then maybe we'll head over to there for part of that and do a little bit of a live from a showroom. So if any of you've got really inspirational showrooms or house that you think, I could show you a bit of a Wednesday wow, then we'll do that. So that's what Wednesday is going to focus on, more of the kind of glamorous interior type stuff. On a Thursday, I'm going to stick to talking about treasure and salvage and reclamation. So when before all this started, we were going to have the transformation days, the treasure tingle days here at the house. So those were going to be, and people had started booking them, and we'd got loads of people booking them. In fact, we've got a corporate booking of like 15 interior designers all coming together. But we're going to focus on the Thursday. That'll be the treasure day. So again, likewise, if you found some treasure, and if you're not quite sure what to do with it or how to upcycle it, or if you've found something you think it's bloody beautiful, but you think, what the hell am I going to do with it? Send me a picture in on the DMs, but, tag me maybe, tag me on Insta stories. And I'll have a look at it and let's devise some interesting ways that you can use your treasure at home. So that's going to be Thursday treasures. Feedy Friday, self-explanatory. We're going to focus on renovation recipes. So these are the recipes and the food that we've managed to cook here all throughout our renovation. So renovation recipes that are maybe easy to cook in one pot, quite affordable, quite easy. Things that you don't need, cordon bleu kitchen and a whole host of ingredients to do. So that's what we're going to do on a Friday. The first one's up, the green Thai curry, and those of you who know me might have clocked that when I actually tasted it, I bit into the biggest bit of chilli and I thought I was going to explode. So I had to just run away for 2 minutes. Just got Mr. Moregeous was absolutely howling. But I thought I managed to cover it up quite well. Anyway, so it wasn't, my curry wasn't like massively hot. It was, that bit of curry, but that bit of chilli. So it might be quite comical at times. I've never cooked live before, but we have got some really cool renovation recipes and we have managed to do some cracking cooking here. And then Saturday Specialist, I think you saw with Sarah on Saturday. We're going to invite, I've got somebody good for next Saturday. If I got somebody good. proper specialist. Not going to tell you who it is yet, but next Saturday is going to be a goodie. So it'll be an individual that I'll do a live with, basically for maybe 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. Sarah and I talked for an hour, didn't we, on Saturday? And there'll be a different topic each week. So if you fancy doing that, and you think, you know, you can have a chat with me for an hour, and a half an hour to an hour on something. Could be anything. What's your specialism? I know that Lynn Lambourne joined in earlier, who is all about sort of, you know, ecology and warrior on waste and that. And I'd love to do one with you, Lynn. But yeah, and if you think that you have a specialism that you're really passionate about and that you think that we could all learn from, I'd love to hear from you as well. That would be fantastic. There you go. Hey, hands up. Should we do it? We'll do one. I think we'll do one. So that's basically it, you know. That's basically it. I don't know if you've got any questions. Let's have a little look. I love watching these keep going. Well, we're going to try. I know that some of you are obviously going to be homeschooling. We haven't got kids of that age here anymore, but oh my goodness, good luck to you. Good luck to you. And so you might be busy at lunchtime feeding people, but I'll put the lunchtime lives. Obviously, they'll be on 24 hours. So I will post them up, and then you can send some questions after. Found your account after my area was put on lockdown last week. It's been such a nice distraction. Keep it up. I love watching these. That's really nice. That's really nice of you to say so. Thank you. So if they can be a little bit positive, Pauline. Let's have a look. Yeah, if they can be a little bit more positive. So just let me look, see if there's any questions. Still, let's chat sustainability. Definitely. I mean, one of the things, so Lynn's on there. I don't know if any of you follow Lynn Lambourne, who talks about sustainability and how we can, you know, live better on this planet, live better. And actually, how interesting it's been. Some of the things I've seen on Twitter and on Instagram are a little bit close to the bone, aren't they? That actually, how have we treated our planet? And I tell you, have any of you seen the stuff in Venice coming up? So obviously Venice and northern Italy are on lockdown, and the canals in Venice are clearing, aren't they? And they are full of fish and swans and all that stuff. Maybe we have to rethink after all of this just how we live on the planet, because I think most of us are going to be thinking a lot more about food and bog roll and stuff like that. We're not wasting it, are we? We're going to be a lot more mindful of what we use, what we spend, how we use it. So yeah, I think that sort of stuff is really important, and all of us are going to be forced to think about it. I want to get painting. Heard any companies that won't be able to ship out? I haven't actually, and do you know what I have seen is the whole shipping and sending out of products, whether it's food, whether it's restaurants upping their game and all of a sudden doing shipping out and great affordable meals, or whether it is our local butchers. Frosty's in Chorlton, one of the butchers, they're now doing delivery out locally. So I think that, going back to that particular question, I think that what we'll see over the next couple of weeks are companies really upping their game in terms of delivery. You know, all hail to the delivery drivers out there. My goodness, whoever thought would be saying that delivery drivers are key workers, but they bloody are, aren't they? They're going to be keeping us all going. Mother Nature is making a beautiful comeback. I think you're right, Pauline. I think, yeah, nature has a way of... it's like when, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like when you... see a building site or a house that's been desolate for ages, or even not that long, a few weeks, a few months. Give it a couple of years and Mother Nature just takes over. It's a bit like that, what's that bloody Will Smith film? I don't know. Well, you know, it's like Jumanji. Mother Nature just takes over. I can't believe I'm talking about Jumanji. Anyway, you know what I mean. Mother Nature just starts taking over, and it will, won't it? It will. It's more powerful than all of us put together, as we're seeing at the minute. You're growing veg in the greenhouse over the weekend, and that's going to be something, you know, that's going to be something that we'll all now be more mindful of. Growing some herbs in the garden. What we don't want to be doing is going to the supermarket. We want to make our food taste amazing, don't we? So maybe we need to be going out and planting some, we've got it in the garden. In fact, let's go outside. I've been witching inside for 19 minutes. Let's have a little look outside in Moregeous Mansions. And actually, on that note, let's get some sunshine. Hang on. I don't know where Mr. Moregeous is. He's hiding. He was in here because obviously, you know, he's got a bad leg at the minute. He's hiding. Mr. Moregeous? No, I don't know where he is. So let's have a look at. I'll show you what we were doing yesterday. I was doing some gardening because what we have going on here in the garden looks a bit knackered, doesn't it? After the winter, we've got some thyme going on there. We've got some chives. The chives are already starting to come up. We've got I chopped back all the oregano yesterday. This will all start to come up again. So anything like that, get down to your socially isolate, but get down to your gardens. And this is the absolute, oh my goodness, there you are. Where did he appear from?
I was here all the time.
You were not there all the time in your invisibility cloak. Get down to your local garden centre while you still can. Socially isolate, keep 2 metres away, but get down to your garden centre. And if you're lucky enough to have a garden, make use of it. Get some herbs and get them planted. So and then if you've got some chicken, you've got some you can make it taste different with the different herbs. So let's have a little look we've got going on in the Moregeous garden. So I've got some more chives going on over here. You can plant it anywhere. You know what? Even if you live in a block of flats and you've got a garden out, a little lawn outside, just plant some. You know what? In times like these, I'm sure your landlord won't mind. Got some more oregano. Smells absolutely beautiful. So I might do a little blog post on what you did. We've got on what you use the different herbs for. We've got some tarragon. Let's have a look over here. We've got tarragon growing, and it's only March. It's only March, and look at all of this. The field in our garden is saying lots of garden centres are delivering locally too. So this tarragon, perfect for chicken. It's really good for chicken or fish. So we've got all of that going on. I've got this is some sage actually. I've got some, I can't remember which sage this is. Let me smell it. Oh, that's the orange, tangerine sage. So you know what? Even if you've got a really quite a tiny garden, or just a small outside space, or even, I'll tell you what, hang on a minute. You know what some people have done out on the street here? We're in Fallowfield, which is a really studenty area, and a local like gardening guerillas. Do you know what they've done? At the base of the trees out on the street, they've planted chives and herbs, and they've just sort of gone out and tended those. So, if you live in a block of flats, why don't you just have a little look on the street outside and see if there's anywhere where you can plant something? And it just gives you, for me, gardening outside and being out in the garden, it just gives you that sense of purpose, doesn't it? And you're watching something grow, and it's really beautiful. It's a lovely thing to do. And I think when in really troubling times like these, we need to just dial it down a little bit sometimes and do something that's really nice and pleasant and fills your soul with joy. What do you reckon, Mr. Moregeous? You're not doing Mr. Moregeous isn't doing much gardening at the minute, are you?
No.
But that leg wound, thank goodness, at last it's looking a bit better, isn't it?
Nearly
Say hello, Mr. Moregeous.
Hello, Mr. Moregeous. We're nearly on the mend.
You are on the mend.
So soon be back.
I need him to be back, don't I? And helping us doing all these lunchtime lives. I can't see a bloody thing, hang on. So bright out there. So, yes, somebody's just said, a few pots on the balcony. You know what, if you've got, absolutely, wherever you live, and if you do live in a block of flats, like my tenants, we have a garden there and we maintain that, but I'm going to encourage them to get out in the garden. I'm going to put that on the WhatsApp, actually. Encourage them to get out in the garden, do some stuff if they want to, just get some fresh air, because people are going to be trapped in their houses, and actually getting out in the fresh air is just so bloody important. Try use hanging baskets if you haven't got enough room. What a great idea, Pauline. What a great idea. Hello, Claire, who makes things. Hello, Jackie. Loads of people joining in. So basically, I've given you today a little bit of an overview of what we're going to get up to on the Lunchtime Lives. So we're going to start properly tomorrow. So it's Transformation Tuesday. I think I'm going to talk tomorrow about the mirror wall that we did in the bedroom. Show you kind of how to do that, how you could do that. You could do it with pictures and that you've got already in the house. Or do you know what? Lots of companies are doing stuff online. So you can go on to Matalan or somewhere. Where did we get those? Where did I get those mirrors? Did I get them from Home Bargains?
No, there's what's it now?
I can't remember. I'll find out. Get stuff delivered. Get it delivered. If you don't like it, send it back. Got to keep the shops going, haven't we? Somehow. Although we've got to be mindful that we might be in this for quite a long time. So also, it's a little bit about not spending too much money at the minute. But I'll show you. Yeah, I'll decide actually if Transformation Tuesday, the mirror wall, or something else. But that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So I hope I hope that that's given you a bit of an overview. We're definitely going to do it. Let's go for it. Let's talk about a different thing every day. If you've got a topic that you think actually you'd want covered, please do send it me. I would love to hear it. And I think because we're under half an hour, we might be able to get this on IGTV. It's a bit of a pain in the ass. I had to video off a video the other day. Right, Dunelm. I did. Zoe's put Dunelm. She remembers.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid, aren't I? I did get them from Dunelm, my mirrors. And do they deliver?
No, we picked it. Oh, I don't know.
No, oh, do they? I don't know whether Dunelm Mill actually deliver. Sue Marshall. Hey, Sue. How you doing? This is my friend who lives. If I shout out of the window, Sue, you might be able to hear me. Are you self-isolating? We might do a bit of a baking thing with Sue. Sue's a master baker. Don't say that after a couple of gins. Right, on that note, I'm heading off. I'm going to do some gardening. I'm going to sort some more quite a bit of tenant stuff out today. But first I'm going to eat because I'm absolutely ravenous. So that's that. I've started writing stuff up on the blog, and please be in touch with topics and we will get going properly. Yes, they deliver and online. Thank you for that. So if you do see any of the mirrors tomorrow that we're going to look at and you want them delivered, cheap as chips, and they're from Dunelm and they deliver. Perfect. On that note, I'm going to go. I hope it's sunny where you are. Stay safe, stay home, stay positive. Keep your distance. Are you social distancing from me, Mr. Moregeous? Don't move too quickly on that dodgy leg. On that note, I'm off. Catch you tomorrow.